So, today we will be reviewing this guy for my first video ever. Isn't that wonderful? I think it's wonderful. This guy looks pretty cool. I picked him up at GameStop for the low price of $79.99. So, you know, I've heard some people say that that's a rather high price, and I can't really blame them for one figure. However, this isn't just any figure, as we'll get into. So, let's get this review started. Okay, so for clarification, this is the SH Figuarts Akaza figure. It looks rather nice, articulation-wise, especially the poses they have on the box. And the box art's pretty clean, so let's just see what this guy's like, shall we? There's one of his faces. Ain't that nice? Okay, so this is the figure. He's got some rather nice, I guess you could say, printing. And the articulation is stellar. I mean, this guy's basically a gymnast. Let's see. Forwards, that's about as much as he can lean forward. Backward is pretty good. So his articulation ain't bad. You can swivel here, not so much at the waist. And his vest is very flexible, however, as you can see, he does have some gaps back here, but in poses where his back muscles are kind of contracting like that, it's not really a problem. His legs, oh my goodness, his legs can actually go quite far, middle split wise, and front split wise. Very nice. And man, his knee articulation is rather great, which, you know, I think they have a rather good advantage when it comes to the knee articulation because of just the way his clothes fold right here. Very nice. And then we've got some pretty nice anklets going on here. Yeah, those are great. And then let's see, ankle pivot's not bad. It's kind of at an angle, but yeah, okay, no, that's good. It can be at an angle, or it can be just side to side. His toe articulation is just bizarre. Yeah, that's pretty great. We've got a swivel here, calf-wise, and it can also go side to side, front and back. I think that might be a ball joint. So yeah, I mean, also fine detail-wise, the tassels on his belt here can be flung up. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty great for posing. If you want it to look like he's moving, it's really good for movement, especially since he's got short hair that's not posable. The tassels kind of do a lot of heavy lifting, pose-wise. And so you've got butterfly joints in the shoulders here. It is truly impressive how far his arms actually go up. And it's because of that joint there. His elbow can bend about that much. Not too bad. The double joints kind of get that far, but can't really go any farther due to his physique there. And these hands are pretty stellar. Yeah, you can even see some of the fine paint on the fingers there. So As far as the head mold goes, it is just superb. The hair is even 2 pieces, it seems. One main piece, and then another piece that can kind of move when the neck goes up as needed. Very well done. So in that way, it keeps the aesthetic, but doesn't sacrifice mobility, which is just great. And so yeah, that's pretty much a general overview of the figure's articulation. As far as his look goes, it's just great. I mean, from a distance, this guy could even look like a statue, honestly. So let's take a look at his accessories that he comes with. Okay, so beyond the fisted hands that are just really great, I'd probably keep these on most of the time. He does come with these 2 more grabby hands there. Very nice. And one of these hands go on his right hand there, or his right wrist rather. As far as the faces go, this is one alternate face. Very nice. It's rather neat how clean these face sculpts come across, especially in person. For instance, the shading on the mouth is just really great because there's really no shading at all. It's more of an indentation, and because of that fact, it just looks really great. This face in particular may very well be the best one because of that fact. Additionally, we've got his smiling face here. The sense of depth is just not present as much as it is on this one because his mouth is open, but still there is some depth, if you can see it, in certain lighting in which his teeth can be seen. It is solid white paint wise, but texture wise there is a little bit of a suggestion of his teeth shape there. There's also this face that he's angry. Same kind of deal. You might be able to even see it better here. The subtle indication of his demon teeth shape there, his canines. And very nice detail with the pupils there being way smaller. And then finally we have his more calm expression, which this might be my personal favorite. So let's just see how he looks with these different faces and hands, shall we? Let's try him out. Okay, so here he is in a different pose with a different face and some hands. And the accessories do go a long way to support different looks and different poses you want to get him in. However, if you're expecting more accessories from a figure of this price range, for instance, I can definitely understand that. Which, you know, if you were to get this figure, I'd recommend getting him on sale, especially if you're disappointed with the amount of accessories he comes with. But the figure itself, base-wise, just fundamentally, how he's constructed and designed is just stellar. It doesn't get much better than this, at least in my experience. My little experience I have with action figures, it's just this is the best one that I've ever gotten, for sure. Especially posability wise. And I don't say that lightly because, you know, I've gotten some Spider-Man figures in the past and they're really good pose wise, but to have a figure that looks this high quality but can pose so dynamically is really an accomplishment, I'd say, to the designer of the figure. So it's really up to you. If you want to pay less money for a less high quality figure that comes with more accessories, go for it. But for me personally, I'd rather pay a premium for a stellar figure with minimal accessories like this one. But yeah, it's a pretty stellar figure, all things considered. and I highly recommend it. So yeah, that concludes my review of the Akaza SH Figuarts figure. It definitely is a stellar figure, and this review in particular isn't very technical, but for what it's worth, he does really look good next to other SH Figuarts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Because of that, this video was more of a defense of why I think he's a really stellar figure and worth every penny, but at the same time, it's very understandable that people are complaining about the price in which he's being sold at right now, considering, you know, the price of other figures and how he compares. But quality-wise, it just seems to me very much so that he can't be beat. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Trust